Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer the Elemental Energy Relationship reading for the element of air. Air covers the zodiac signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if you are a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or have air high up in your chart, this message is for you. If you've never had your charts read, there is a link in the description. It's not sponsored or anything like that. It's just a tool that I have found useful over the years, and you can check that out if you are looking for a chart. The other links are affiliate links, just being transparent there. But how I like to do my readings for relationships, first we'll look at the singles, then we'll look at the couples. We look at the area of which chakra is lighting up and what kind of a lesson can we learn or work with on that one. And then we'll look at the Whispers of Love Oracle, get some divine inspiration, and then we'll look at the tarot to fill in any blank areas that might need some more information. So with that, we will get started with our air singles. And air, you're starting off in the root chakra, so this is foundational energy. And you have Ganesha on the cover here, or on the card. And what I'm feeling is there's some obstacles that may have been showing up for you that are going to be broken down soon, if they're not already gone, because it's time for you to step forward. It may feel like you're we're going to play the old school game here, the wallflower, the person who always kind of stands off to the side, never really the center of attention, which it's not always a bad thing. But what I'm feeling with this one is it's your time to really step forward and shine. And when we have the energy of Ganesha coming forward, he's the obstacle remover, but also the energy of joy and peace, I believe. We'll find out here in a second, because I do like to use the book for these guys because there's a lot of information they have. The deity is Ganesha, and he is born from the earthen clay of the body of his mother Shakti, the feminine half of the divine energy that animates the world. He is invoked before the beginning of a project to remove obstacles and to give protection, which is huge because you got some new things going on here, Air. And keywords. We have becoming grounded, balancing the yin and yang of duality, finding the next step or the right path, protection, feeling secure, and removing obstacles. So Air singles. Sit down and think for a moment, if you're looking for a relationship, what are the things that come to mind when it says relationship block? What is going on there? And it doesn't have to be super intense. Sometimes it's one or two things, and then ask Ganesh to help clear those out. This is a foundational energy that we're dealing with. So this could be something from childhood. This could be something from a past life, if you believe in that. So you've got this deeper aspect that's going on. But sometimes when we sit down and actually put pen to paper with your own hand, and you allow yourself that time to process, think, and write it out, it's amazing how quick the brain is to start snapping things together and sometimes breaking patterns because you're doing something in a conscious way. And when you have Ganesh coming in, it's like, cool, you're going to actually put your side of the work in, so can I. We'll fix this. And see what comes up when that happens. Your message from the heart, Whispers of Love, Oracle, is the heart of the matter. There's more going on than meets the eye. And this is literally plays into Ganesha's statement of, let's clear things up. Because it might seem on the surface that, oh, I'm just constantly too busy. I just never have time. Where would I put a partner? Do I have to feed it? Do I have to water it? What do I do with it? Sometimes it's something that's going on deeper. What's going on behind the scenes? When we sit down and we put that pen to paper in a conscious way, and I'm using that term Air because Air tends to be more intellectual anyway, you might accidentally, on purpose type of a thing, knock out a block that was in the way. Because you're getting to the heart of the matter. You're not looking at it from the surface level of, what would I do now because heaven forbid I let this person into my life. When you're conscious in those moments, you might notice how things start to snap, breaking patterns. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this isn't even mine. This happened when I was like 10 or 12 or 6 or whatever. just be from writing it out, you start to trigger that, and then you start to see where the heart of the matter really is. And when you get to the heart of the matter, all of a sudden the patterns melt, and Ganesh can be like, see, your obstacles are now gone, move forward in grace. And so you've got that kind of energy coming in here. You also have the Knight of Air with intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless, events that occur with speed, time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. Air, this is your night. This literally your night right here. This is your time to shine, and it's saying that this is not for the meek. You've wanted to change some things in your life. Ganesha's coming in saying, okay, let's see what the root of things are. Let's get to the foundation. Let's see what tweaks need to be made to free you for your future. It's no longer time to be trapped in what was or what should have been or fill in the blank. The Knight is saying it's time to move. And notice the bottom phrase, creative solutions. This is not going to show up as somebody in a textbook read one time that if you have this is how the way to deal with it. Cool story. But reality is you are a unique individual, and so you are going to break a cycle or a pattern in the way that's more fitting for you. It might look similar, but it's not going to be anywhere near the same as anyone else. And the Knight of Air, the Knight of your energy, is coming in to say enough is enough. We are fixing this. And that goes for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You all have this ability to call forth your Knight of Air. So maybe that's something else to support you, because the Knight's quick. They're swift, they're battle hardened, they know how to deal with things. And you have Ganesh coming in saying, let's clear out obstacles, so you've got the protection and the drive. Now it's just doing it. A second card for the tarot is the King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Before we even read the rest of this, your gift is communication and intellect. Charisma, you bring in a little bit of water into your life. Notice how that charisma amplifies because you have the gift for gab. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. If you have that person who always has a different hair color, or you walk into their house and you never know if it's going to have carpet on the walls and tiling on the ceiling, those are the people who are creative in their solutions. They wanted, something different in their life. I have family members who are like that. I've had friends, some family members who have passed away, who one of them had a magenta couch, and I'm not kidding, it was magenta. It was the most, you look at it now in pictures and it's like, why? But that was that person. But they also had creative solutions. They could solve things because they didn't look at it from the boring beige world. They looked at it through, well, how can I light this thing on fire and make it better? And the King of Fire is coming in to help inspire you, Air. Air singles, you are being offered a great deal of powerful support this month to open doors. What do you want to create? They're coming in to help inspire your creativity, to inspire this next level of experience, of joy, of breaking barriers. And Air, you always love to challenge, so why not just jump on this? Everything's lined up. Do the inner work and see what kind of creation you can conjure forth with the help of the divine. And if you don't have a Ganesh statue or necklace or pocket little deal, maybe pick one up. Ganesh is one of the more common ones, so they're like $4 or $5 in some cases, but worth checking out, seeing what you can find there, because I feel like that's just going to be the reminder that you need, that it's time to get off the wall, flower. Go do stuff, shine, like let other people see you better, and have fun with that. So with that, we're going to hop over to our couples. Before we hop into the couples, if you're new here, hit that like button and subscribe. If you have a different opinion or a different vision with the cards, I read intuitively. Feel free to leave your intuitive guidance down below. It's always interesting to hear what other people have to say, and who knows, you might say the one thing that someone else needs a little more clarity on. So with that, and for the couples, I might be reading, for you personally, it could be for your partner, so you're cross-watching, or it could be for, there's just a lot of air in your chart. So let's hop into our air couples chakra. You are in number 40 with intuition. I want to say this is third eye, but we'll check. And intuition, this is that inner knowing. And air couples, this is that connection that other people don't understand. Like, you guys have this ability to talk from a distance, one mind to the other going on here. And sometimes you never have to speak a word out loud, but you know what the other one's thinking. Telepathy is a form of communication, fits into air's world perfectly. And this is that intuitive guidance, but you also just kind of know when you come home, oh, spouse needs a minute from the kids, or you go to do something and it's like, I wonder what they're up to. So you call them, you meet up for dinner or spontaneous movie night, whatever it is, but you just have this connection. You're linked deeply, but that intuition also is a guiding force within other areas of your life where you're connecting with source, and that's enhancing your intuition. And it's allowing you as a couple to take that energy and move it to a much deeper state. So let's take a peek at what the book has to say here. We are in the third eye chakra, so sits right here. Generally, you take your eyebrows, put a finger, and it sits right there. So we were going to... The energy of this is actually with Mother Earth. So this is a little bit of a different energy for you. Earth is your opposite, but Mother Earth is your support system. So we'll see how this plays out. All life springs from her womb, Gaia, and she effortlessly pours her love into everyone through the gifts of nature that only an unselfish mother can provide. From the roots of the tree and to the tips of its fruiting branches, she offers universal nourishment to all. Through her gifts, life is sustained, and the journey of awakening flows into the compassionate ocean of love, which fits for air right now. Your keywords are trusting, developing, using intuition, seeing or sensing beyond logic and reason, opening your third eye, empathy, and reflection of truth. These are all air sentiments. And when you tap them into something that most people will see as more of an emotional state as the third eye and this energy of intuition, air, when you apply your logic to your emotions and you bring these two warring energies basically together, it enhances everything. And in a relationship, this says it's going to take it to a deeper state. It's going to enhance your connection to each other, but it's also going to be an emotional bond that neither one of you really expected when you first met. When you first met, think back to that time, it almost felt familiar is what I'm hearing. But now that you've gotten to know each other, it's because you've done this before. This is not the first life cycle that you've existed on the same plane. But that's that familiarity. But because of that, you also are aware that there's a higher aspect at play, and this is what's enhancing your relationship. Your message from the Whispers of Love is forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to the past disappointments. And when we are connecting at a deep level, at an intuitive level, a telepathic level, whatever you want to say, there's something special in the forgiveness. When we are in the level of spirit and intuition and basically telepathy, if you're going to use the term, it's almost impossible to lie to each other, and sometimes you might see stuff that you didn't expect the other one to notice. But that's when we offer forgiveness. That's when we step forward and say, you know what, I was frustrated the other day, I shouldn't have yelled, I wasn't yelling at you, it's just not something I should have done, and apologize. Ask for forgiveness and offer forgiveness. And it doesn't matter which partner. I've seen it happen with both people. So allow yourself the gift of forgiving yourself and forgiving the other person. And if you're the one who is maybe a little more upset and you were asking for forgiveness, when they offer you forgiveness, forgive yourself too. There's no reason for things to boil over. But I'm also getting this impression right now that there's something to do, take this again, general reading here, there's something to do with a matriarchy, a mother of some form, mother-in-law, stepmother, something along those lines, that may have overstepped at some point, and they want to apologize, they just don't know how, because they see how much it basically hurt you. Allow yourself to free that and offer forgiveness. Doesn't mean you have to let them back in your life, that's not what I'm saying, but you're offering forgiveness so that you can take that weight that you're carrying around of and you can put it down and not carry it anymore. Because when you forgive, it cuts the cords, it releases that chain, and you no longer have to carry that frequency with you. And that's part of this forgiveness. And use your intuition. It's going to be a different way for every person, so allow yourself the experience of that powerful release. And it's going to be different for every person, but I can assure you of one thing: when you let that go, the intuition with the emotions and the logic kick in, and you're going to have an emotional outburst, because you're going to have to, as that release occurs, you're going to have that, but you're going to do better after. It's going to free you. Your first tarot is the Three of Air, Great Sadness. Love that. Time to heal and the need to forgive yourself or others. Interesting how this all plays together. And when we are in this state of the Three of Air, this is really that time to be open and understanding of yourself and of your partner. As things are going on, they're going to intuitively know that you're dealing with some stuff. And if you're not the one dealing with it, you know that they are. So you're able to work with each other to support and grow. You know, there's the two, we call them mom and dad, and then there's the baby. And so they're all nurturing each other. They're growing through their connection. And that's what this forgiveness aspect is coming in for, is when you're able to forgive, it actually unburdens you and allows you to continue your spiritual growth. When we carry around grudges, it literally stops us in our tracks. So our message from the tarot is the Queen of Fire: confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. The divine aspect of Mother Gaia, of the Holy Mother, the Lord, of the Lady of the Universe, the birther of creation. This energy is coming forward to support you in your forgiveness. It's never easy when you have to say, I'm going to let something go, because you want to stay protected. Learn the lesson. Don't let that situation happen again, but don't carry the negative aspect of it with you. When you forgive, you free yourself, and that allows you to be more confident. It allows that warmth of existing to step forward. Intelligence is just kind of your thing, so we don't even need to go there. But graceful. When we allow ourselves to release the past, because the intuition I keep seeing here is this deeper bond with your partner, and it's through the release and letting go of the past and the past issues. And like I said, I keep feeling something to do with that matriarchal line. So it could be like a mother-in-law said something at some point and you're still frustrated about that, and I don't care which partner it was. That's fine, but when you forgive and release that, your partner's going to know too, even if you don't say it out loud, because your energy shifts and there's this bonding that's going to start to build. They're going to realize, hey, there's some mistakes made, fine, and you're not going to repeat them, but at least there's not the anger anymore. And that's the energy I'm coming up here. It's a little more intense, I'm sorry, air couples, but I feel like this is something that you've needed to hear, or you knew, but hearing it from an outside perspective maybe is a different theory or thought that came through. So go forward this month, air couples, in love with connection. Use your intuition and allow your emotions and your intellect to balance each other out. That way you grow and deepen your spiritual path. Forgive yourself, love your partner. Eric singles, you have got an interesting month ahead of you. There's some fun times popping up here, and I just keep hearing, listen, little wallflower, it's time to move. Get your feet off the floor. Get up, go do something, because the universe is lining you up for success. It's time to move and break obstacles. Go forth, have a fun month, really get connected with this intuitive, deeper connection energy that everyone is being offered in the air family right now. And let me know in the comments down below if you feel comfortable with that. I will see you in the next video. Have a great month of June.